Hey guys, it's GGCuber, and today I'm going to be showing you for the class layer on the 3x3. What for look means is solving the last layer of Rubik's Cube in 4 algorithms, hence the name. So the first step is EO, or edge orientation. We get a yellow cross on top. Second step is CO, or corner orientation. We get the yellow side on top. The next step is CP, or corner permutation, where you solve the corners. And the next step is EP, or edge permutation, where you solve the edges and the rest of the cube. Okay, I'm going to be having timestamps in the description and the Google documents soon for algorithms. Now, everyone learns differently, everyone has different algorithms, so I'm going to be showing a few algorithms for different cases. And so timestamps in the description. So for EO, there are 3 cases. The first case is you see a line on the top, and you probably know this algorithm. It goes like this. And if you have no idea what these letters mean, you shouldn't really be watching this video. But to help you, you can see my cube notation video. So that's the line case. Now the next case, there's actually a few ways to do this. So the next case is you kind of have this L shape here. Now there's 2 ways to do it. You can either do it like this. You hold the L, so one of the edges is on the back and on the left, and then you do this. Or the other way you can do it is you hold it the opposite way, so you have one of the edges in the front and the right, and you do the same thing as the first algorithm. It's just a wide first move, and then repeat the same 4 moves, and then finish it off with a wide move. So, and if you have a dot case, then you just do either of the algorithms that I just shown you, reorient, then do the other one, just like I teach my beginners tutorial. So let's say we do the L case algorithm, which goes like, I'll do this one. Don't reorient, just turn the top, and then do the other algorithm. And those are all the EO cases. Now for CO, or corner orientation. Now you get all the yellow on the top. So the first kind of set of algorithms is where you have one yellow corner on the top. So how to determine these cases? There's one of them, and there's another one. So how you tell which case it is, you look at the corner here, the solved corner, you put that on the front, and you see if there's a yellow sticker here or here. That's how you determine the case. So in this case, it's on the right, the yellow sticker, so we hold it like this. This is soon. Okay, the same thing, we have one corner facing us, but the sticker's over here. In this case, you want to hold it like this, so the corner is at the back, right. And then there's a few ways to do this, actually. The one we do it from this angle, where you have the solved corner on the back right, you can do like this, which is the reverse of soon. Or the other way you can do it is like this. You hold the corner over here and do this. If you're left-handed, it's recommended that you do that. Okay, so for the cases we have no dot corners on top. So for this case, how to recognize this case, no yellow corners on the top, and you have headlights, which are 2 corners like this and this. Hold it so they're facing off these directions, and then do this. Whoops. I might have done a mistake there, but you should be able to tell what those letters on the screen mean. But there's actually another way to do this algorithm. Hold it so the headlights are facing you and the back, and do, this is really similar to the first diagram I showed you. Okay, so the next case is you have headlights, but the other two corners are facing away from each other. So you hold the headlights on the left, and if you don't know what I mean by headlight, two of the same sticker here. So you hold them on the left, and this is the only good algorithm I know. You might find a better one outline. Okay, now with the cases with two oriented corners. So if you look at the other two and you see headlights, this is called U, this case, and you go like this. If you look at the other corners but they're facing away from each other, hold those corners on the left. This case is called T and it goes like this. Alternatively, you can go like this. And if you see two oriented corners here but they're diagonally from each other, hold it so that one of the yellow corners is facing you on the left. So you want a yellow corner sticker in this position. So no stick here, no stick here, no stick here, but there is a stick here, and do this. Alternatively, although this is not recommended, you can do this. Okay, now for CP or corner permutation. So solve all the corners basically. So for this step, it is recommended that you don't rotate the cube during these steps, and you'll see why. You don't really need to. So let's solve. If you see headlights on one side only, so that you see headlights here, no headlights here, and none on the rest, then put the headlights on the left, and then do either T-perm or J-perm. I'll do the J-perm. You can do whatever you want, and then that will solve all the corners. If you don't see any headlights anywhere, you see no headlights, no headlights, no headlights, no headlights. Or if you look on two sides of the cube and you see that they're opposite colors, so the corners on here are orange and red, they're opposite, and green and blue, they're opposite, then you do the Y-perm, which goes like this. And you'll see with this algorithm, I've put brackets around some of the pieces. Some of the moves. That just helps you memorize the algorithm better. And I've also done this for some of the other algorithms. Now for EP or edge permutation. So we solve the rest. So I'll first be covering the cases where one of the edges is solved. So you see this edge is solved. And then we always want to put the solved edge on the back. So let's look at these three remaining edge pieces. Determine which way they need to go. Now they go anti-clockwise. See, this blue needs to go to red, this red needs to go to orange. And you see it moves anti-clockwise. Then you want to do this algorithm. And then after you do this algorithm, make sure to AUF or adjust the up face. Alternatively, you can do this. Okay, so for the case where you have to circle them clockwise, so you can see this needs to go here and they go clockwise, then do this. Alternatively, you can do this. Okay, so what if you have no solved edges? Okay, so what you want to identify are opposite colors. So on the standard Rubik's Cube, when it's solved, red is opposite orange, blue is opposite green, yellow is opposite white. So So for this first case, we have these two edges swapping and these two edges swapping, but you can recognize this by seeing that these two colors are opposite and these two colors are opposite, or like you see this blue inside green, that's opposite, red inside the orange, that's opposite. Actually, if you see no corners are solved, no edges are solved, and you see this one opposite, then you have this case which is called the HPAM, and you can solve it by doing this. Or you can mirror the algorithm, so go like this. Okay, for this last case, which is called the Z-perm, you can identify this with no solved edges and adjacent swapping edges. So these two adjacent edges need to swap, and the other two edges adjacent need to swap. So how you can solve this case is you put the edges that need to swap, so like say this one and this one, on the front and the left, and you can do this. Or again, you can mirror the algorithm, so it'll be like this. You put the edges on the front and the right and do this. Or you can do a completely different algorithm by putting the edges on the front and the right and doing this. And of course you can mirror the algorithm, so it would be like this. So that's my for-loop last layer tutorial. If you have any problems, just leave them in the comments below. And if you catch a mistake, which sometimes I do in my videos, then feel free to leave it in the comments and say that I've made it. And see you next time.